Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Soul Good. I'm Amber Marie, and this is your July 2022 Tarotscope. If you are curious about the decks that I'm using today, you can find a list of them in the description box below. You can also find links to my social media accounts, as well as links to information on personal readings and the Soul Good membership channel on Telegram. I'm really excited to jump into your reading today, Scorpio. There's been a lot of interesting information that's come out thus far for the other signs, so I'm excited to jump into yours as well. We're going to be looking at some activations that you may be experiencing this month, how those might show up in your life, getting some clarity on those, and getting some messages from your angels as well. So let's jump right in. Please, Father, Mother, Life, Universe, Spirits, Guides, Angels, our cosmic team, our ancestors, our higher selves, what would you like to tell us about Scorpio July 2022 activations, please? What activations might Scorpio be experiencing this month? Oh, wow. Thank you. Okay. I was like, oh, is there going to be a bunch more? And it was like, no, just those. All right. So you have two here. And how might this first activation show up for Scorpio, please? How might this first activation show up for Scorpio this month? Okay. And the second, okay. So, Scorpio, before we move on, I do want to share with you that I keep being drawn to this little sign that I have on my table here. So I got this with a Zox bracelet, and they each come with a little thing like this, which has the saying that is on the bracelet. And there's also usually an added little message on the back. And I keep being drawn, my eye keeps being drawn to it. And so I feel like I need to tell you, you are enough. Okay. Also, I feel like I want to read the back of this, which says, if only you could see your strength the way I do. Okay. If only you could see your strength the way I do. So I feel like you may be experiencing something this month where you're questioning your worth or your value or something along those lines. Or maybe you're wondering, like, maybe I'm just not supposed to have this. Maybe I'm not worthy enough to have this, or something like that. Can you clarify the second activation, please? Can we clarify that? Thank you. Just the one? Yes. Okay, that's interesting. And what messages do Scorpio's angels have for them for this month? Okay. Thank you. All right, so let's start with this first activation that you have here. The first one that we have out for you, Scorpio, is the Central Sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. So what's really interesting about this is the card that you've got that's come out with it to clarify this energy and to let us know how this might show up in your life this month is actually the Rose Oracle Attunement card. So this is something that I left in the deck for this reason, because I felt like there could be a time when someone needed to hear something in this attunement. So I'm going to go ahead and read that, and then I want to talk about it. So it says here, the Rose Oracle Attunement. Mother Rose, you who were present long before we, and you who will continue after we're gone. Bless this oracle and all who use it. May it be a gateway for all to return to ourselves, the earth, and each other. May our connection with the voice of our soul be made stronger with every use. May all who touch it feel cherished, held, loved, softened, and seen. May it deliver insight, understanding, compassion, and guidance that's in the highest interest of all beings, past, present, and future. When I'm holding space for another, help me to step out of the way and invite others to connect with the wisdom that exists deep within them. Guide me and all who use it to embrace our ever-changing true nature and the seasons of our lives with compassion, understanding, and grace. Show us how we can plant ourselves here more deeply than ever before. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what's interesting about this particular card coming out with the central sun is a couple of things. One, I feel like there's a message here for you, Scorpio, that you are on this planet to grow, right? I know that may sound like kind of like duh, right? But here's the thing. Like this Rose Oracle Attunement card is talking about planting ourselves here on Earth deeply, right? And what helps things on this planet to grow? The sun. So I feel like right now, the things that you're experiencing, right, which may be some very deep feelings, some very deep, you may have some very deep questions and maybe experiencing some deep changes, right? I feel like there's this energy of this, like being on this planet helping you to grow, right? And I feel like this is what you're going through. These, again, like these kind of deep changes, right? I feel like part of the reason why I had to read that You Are Enough card. Obviously, we'll get more with the tarot, but I feel like there's something here about maybe you've asked, like, what am I doing here? Why am I here? Right? What's going, like, why am I here? And I feel like you have a mission here much bigger or deeper, larger than maybe you anticipated, right? And even if it's not something on a large scale, I feel like the impacts that you have on people in your life are going to be quite profound, right? Of course, maybe not everyone, because you meet random people at like the grocery store, though I feel like you may have left an impact on those people as well, right? I just feel like there's something about your presence that you don't recognize or acknowledge that is very powerful and very magnetic. And again, I feel like you leave an impression on people. And I feel like you may not realize that you do that, right? It feels to me like the things that you're going through are to help you to see yourself as worthy, to see yourself as valuable, right? To allow yourself to feel like you can experience being cherished, held, right? Loved and softened, seen, understood, have compassion shown to you. Like, I feel like these are all things that you deserve. It's very interesting because as a Scorpio, you guys tend to be, quite passionate and emotional and things, but it feels like you don't often let that same energy come back to you, right? Like you give it out, but then it's like it comes back and you're like, oh, no, 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 no. I just give it out. I don't buy it. Right? Like type of thing. Like you see that love and compassion and all these things exist because you exude them. But then it's almost like, but when you turn that light around on you, it's like, no, that doesn't apply to me though. I don't know why I'm getting that. It's very interesting. But it feels to me like there's something here where during this month, it feels like you are in this space of regeneration in the sense of coming back to yourself. And it feels like finding out things about yourself that are interesting and give you reason to be confident or to at least enjoy life and kind of start to let people experience you or at least acknowledge the way they experience you, right? It's really interesting energy because it feels to me almost like I don't know, like you let some people see you, but at the same time you feel like people don't know you, right? But I feel like you give away more than what you think you do. Take that if it resonates with you. Let's pull the tarot and see what the tarot has to say here. So we have the Six of Swords in reverse. This is an energy of like emotional baggage, unresolved trauma. It can also be, or like unresolved issues, right? Resisting transition. Yeah, I feel like this is the thing. This could stem from some sort of trauma where, someone made you feel unimportant or made you feel unseen, made you feel like you didn't matter, right? And in your mind, you're like, okay, well, it must be true. And I want to share with you, like, this can be something like a lot of people have this misconception that the trauma and wounding that leaves us with this emotional baggage isn't always something like super grandiose, right? Like something that we would readily recognize as something traumatic. This can be something as simple as you wanted a Twix in the grocery line as a kid and your mom said no. And in that moment, you took on the belief that what you wanted didn't matter. And you're a kid. You didn't know any better, right? Like you didn't know that maybe your mom didn't have the extra money, or maybe you did, right? I don't know. Or maybe, your mom's like, oh, well, I'm trying to help you, like, be kind to your teeth, or I don't know, whatever the reason, right? But for some, like, it can be something as simple as that literally burns that memory into your subconscious, and you buy it and you sell it. Like, it can be something like that, but I feel like there's something here that you're healing and dealing with that needs to be let go of. And for some reason, it feels like it's around this mentality that you aren't enough. You aren't like a light shining on your own already. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. This is an energy of being disorganized. It can be also like lack of teamwork, and as well as an energy of like group, did I say group conflict? It can be an energy of group conflict. It's interesting that you have like the 6 and then the 3. So like half of that. I feel like it really does. It really feels like you're healing something here where you feel like people don't see you. Right? Because the 6 of Swords is like that baggage. It can be resisting transition as well. And there could be part of that where you're like, oh, I don't want to work with groups of people. I don't do good with groups of people, that sort of thing. But it's like, this is for your growth. This is for you to experience abundance, for you to grow through this, right? To like step out of your shell. But I also feel like I really want to say, like, I feel like in your mind, maybe somebody pays you a compliment and in your mind you break it down like that. Like, I don't know, for some reason it just feels like you don't believe people when they tell you things about yourself, right? Where like a team would like build you up, or like friendships would build you up, right? Like would support you, which is what this 3 of Pentacles is. It's like teamwork makes the dream work, right? But there's something here about like denying that. Like I feel like people try to like build you up, and there's some part of that you deny. What is this? I do feel like it's something in your roots. 9 of Cups in the upright. This is an energy of, so I love this because you have this like gold color showing up, right? I love that. Oh, I just heard it's golden, baby. It's golden, baby. I don't know if that's something you say or somebody in your life says, or maybe it's in a song or something, your favorite movie. I don't know. But I just heard it's golden, baby. It almost feels to me, Scorpio, like the things that you worry about, right? Like it almost feels like you worry about these things and run around in circles in your head and don't let people help you with them. Right? I like, it feels like you may do that. Like you don't help let people help you with them, because it feels like for some of you, you want to like fill your own cup, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know why this is. What is this? It feels like you're like, I don't want anybody else to fill my cup. Like, I can do it myself. Like, I don't need you to make me happy. I can make myself happy. But it's in this type of way where you like literally turn down closeness. Like it's like you, like emotional things, like it's like you turn them down. I don't understand. It's so strange. But I also get this feeling. So you have 369. Okay. So I know it's like 639 actually. Maybe that's an important number for you. Maybe it's an address or something, some kind of something. Um, but I feel like the 9 of Cups is about like emotional stability and satisfaction. And it feels, I mean, you do have 2 cards of success out here, right? With the central sun and with this 9 of Cups. But it feels like I don't know, it feels like you're kind of dealing with some things on your own. Maybe that's how you're supposed to be dealing with them. For some of you, I feel like you're denying like people or help or something like that. But maybe it's because maybe that energy I'm picking up on is maybe because you're meant to experience this thing on your own so you can see your own worth. Right? Like maybe the reason why there's like no help coming in, because the 6 of Swords in the upright can be this energy of help coming in at the perfect time. Right? And then the 3 of Pentacles is this energy of like teamwork makes the dream work in the upright. So maybe it's like the help isn't there and the people aren't showing up, right, to help you, because you're meant to achieve this on your own. You're meant to experience this satisfaction of fulfillment of yourself on your own, right? Like it's like I did this thing and now I've experienced this the emotional like success of overcoming something by myself or accomplishing something by myself. But I do feel like there's something here that you've been healing and dealing with that's root related, that was a trauma or something that you held on to. And it has something to do with like not seeing yourself as worthy or valuable for some of you. That's probably not for everyone, but it keeps coming up. The other activation we have here is solar light upgrade. Interesting. You have 2 references to the sun. I'm getting some fear energy, which is interesting because we have this solar plexus chakra, inner fire and willpower. It almost feels like you're afraid to take a step for something, in something. Maybe it's a new job, a new relationship, something, a new move. Like there's something here. I feel like you're fearing. I don't know. It feels like you may be fearing following what you feel. Do I have what these are questions I'm getting. Like, do I have what it takes to do this? Am I actually going to be able to do this? Do I really want to do this? Right? I feel like these are questions that maybe you've been pondering on. Maybe you're in this state where you're like, okay, I'm not going to do anything unless I'm really, really sure that I want to. Right? I feel like, yeah, I feel like, so it's interesting. Like I'm getting this weird throaty energy manifesting. It's making my voice all croaky. I don't know if you can hear that. I've been doing readings for a while, and I took quite a break between the last one and yours, but for whatever reason, my voice is all crackly right now. And I feel like there's something here about you like speaking your fire, like speaking what you want, speaking what you desire, speaking what you need, something there. Let's see. How will this show up? We have the breathing rose, heart healing, emotions, connection, and time eases. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there is a heart healing happening here. But I do feel like it's around the emotions, right? But I feel like so you have here, these first two cards are the breathing rose, heart healing, emotions, connection, time eases, okay? And held, sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, and community. So it's interesting that you have connection and community, right? Where this is in the reverse, that energy of connection and community is in the reverse over here. So it's interesting that it's showing up over on this side. It almost feels to me, Scorpio, like you may have to kind of step out of your comfort zone to like create community and connection and experience emotion in the way you're meant to. Like I'm getting this energy of like get comfortable with being uncomfortable and know that you have unseen help, like help from the other realms, your angels, your guides, all of those sorts of things. But it feels to me like this phase of your life or this next step of your life is going to require you to kind of dig into that inner fire and to like be uncomfortable, right? Because we have time eases. And for me, it's this energy of like we're healing. Things don't feel good when we're healing. Right? I don't know if you've ever had like a wound, like even a scrape, like on your knee or something as a kid. And when it starts to heal, it itches and it feels like it kind of pulls at your skin and like tugs and all this stuff, right? It doesn't feel good. After that, we're fine, right? But like during that healing process, it can feel uncomfortable. And I feel like you may be going through a healing process and it may feel really uncomfortable, but perhaps after you go through this healing and you recognize your own worth and experience this sense of emotional satisfaction, I feel like you could build upon or experience the beauty of community. Maybe you would be open to it at that point. But I feel like there's something here about like, it's almost like, I just feel like there's something here for you about community and like not feeling worthy enough to, or important enough to, or something. I feel like you may discover like you are actually held, you are actually important, you are actually like the star in the lives of the people that you interact with. Right? Like I feel like these people like who experience you like really do love you. But I feel like you don't understand why or something. Or maybe you question why. What do you have here? Rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, peace, sweetness of life. Yeah, this, I mean, it's like, I don't know. It feels like you kind of like run yourself in circles, right? Sorry, I didn't mean to like have it way down here. You kind of like run yourself in circles, almost like feeling like you don't deserve these things, or maybe it's not going to happen for you, or like maybe people are going to betray you or backstab you or whatever. But it's like, actually, you deserve these things. But you have to kind of be that rose without thorns. Like, and you have to understand, like, if you have thorns out, people are, how do I word this? Spirit, yes, thank you. People can only get as close to you as you let them. And you can't blame people for not knowing you or seeing you if you don't let them. You can continue to tell yourself a story where you're like, oh, people don't like me or people just don't understand me. But is it really that, or is it that you don't give them the opportunity? Or you let them see like a sliver of who you are, but not the real whole full you? Right? Are you like trying to do everything by yourself? I mean, I feel like these are questions that you maybe should be asking. it's beautiful that you're strong and you want to do the things on your own, right? And maybe there are some things that you do need to experience on your own so that you can feel your worth and your value. But life is not meant to be lived alone, which is why you have like connection and community here with like joy and peace and sweetness of life. Like these things are all, they all tie into each other. Three of Wands. Looking ahead, expansion, rapid growth. Like I feel like the way that you grow, like okay, so first of all, I feel like you are likely going through a growth spurt right now, right? Where you're changing quickly, maybe you're learning things quickly, maybe you're getting lots of downloads very quickly, right? The energy seems to be moving quickly. Like it feels, yeah, like I don't know. And maybe things have suddenly slowed down, but it feels, because there's this waiting energy here with the Three of Wands, but I do feel like you may have realized like, oh wow, like I'm actually growing up. It's an interesting choice of words. Like, oh, I'm actually growing, right? Like it feels like, yeah, it feels like there's energy movement, and I feel like you're aware of that. But I feel like if you want to experience this kind of like rapid growth, and here's the thing about the Three of Wands, it's also this energy of like waiting for your shifts to come in. In other words, like I've already sent out my manifestations to the universe. I'm already waiting for things to come. Like I'm anticipating the arrival of something. Also, this can be an energy of like waiting for the perfect wave, but if you wait for the perfect wave, you might be waiting for a long time, right? So, because we have this kind of, I feel like there's something here about like taking action, right? Like, and I do feel like eventually, maybe towards the end of the month or something, like maybe you open up to experiencing other people and community and connection and things like this. Maybe you like pull your thorns in a bit, if, as it were. And that does or can like perpetuate your growth, right? Kind of take your energy booming, as it were. Um, what do your angels have to say? Connect with music. Thank you, angels, for inspiring me through music. Music may be almost therapeutic for you, Scorpio. You may find yourself really enjoying music, especially if you're going through some things, right? You may be the one that kind of like pops in the car and goes for a drive when you're feeling some type of way. Or to clear your head. You may also be the one who like pops in earbuds or plays a tune or something when you're feeling some type of way, because you are like, I just need to step out of this energy right now and get my head somewhere else for a minute. And I feel like it could be therapeutic for you. But I do feel like your angels are saying that there's messages that have been coming through for you. So if this reading, resonates with you, I feel like you could be getting songs about things like this. Like so for some of you, I feel like it's songs about like being in solitude, or taking a step back, or taking a vacation, or taking time away. For others of you, I feel like it could be songs about community and friends, and like finding friends or connecting with people, community, tribe, stuff like that. You also have here, wow, seriously? You cannot make this stuff up. I love my job, you guys. You also have here, Scorpio, trustworthy friends. Thank you, angels, for surrounding me with people I can trust and love. And I feel like this is part of what you're healing and dealing, right? This is why I keep feeling like I had to come back to that friendship thing, because there's fears. Pardon me, Scorpio. That's how fear energy manifests in my body to let me know what's going on. I feel like there's fear around whether or not you can trust people, to be friendly, to have your back, to talk good about you, to tell you the truth, things like this. And I feel like the angels are stepping forward here to say, like, actually, you do have people you can trust. right? And I feel like the angels can help you to determine or decipher, use your discernment, right, to help you discern who are these good connections, who's going to support you, who's going to bring joy and peace into your life, and who's not. You also have here study and learning. Thank you, angels, for allowing me to see that every day is a learning day. Yeah, I feel like this is something that you're experiencing, which is part of like, I feel like there's some part of you that either has or will gain a bit of confidence in the sense that you see yourself learning, like you see yourself healing and dealing. You see yourself growing, right? And this could be around your own personal spiritual growth, or it could be what you're learning as far as like a career or a job is concerned, right? Like maybe you're going to university or something, but I feel like there's this energy here of you're always learning something. There's always an opportunity to learn, and things are happening for you as learning experiences, not to you as some form of punishment. And for something tells me that for some of you, you're kind of making these connections, seeing how things have helped you to grow and to learn, and how the experiences that you've got through on your own helped to bring you this incredible satisfaction, right? I feel like that may help you to kind of break out of that shell, as it were. And you have here the miracle of nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. Yeah, for some of you, you could like be the one that pops in earbuds, or you're the one who pops out for a walk when you need to clear your head, right? And I feel like when you do that, I feel like the angels help you, right? I feel like there's something very soothing. You may feel very comforted and calm when you're out in nature, right? Maybe you do both. Maybe you pop in earbuds and you go for a walk, or maybe you're somebody who likes to go fish or something like that, like lay out on the park bench or something, right? But I feel like there's an energy here for you, Scorpio, of like really connecting with the world around you, right? Really experiencing the world, right? Is what I'm getting as far as your angels are coming through with, right? There's this real energy of like not specific angels who are showing up to say, hey, right, like this is something that maybe you should be working on, but rather every one of these is this energy of like gratitude for experiencing, like connection with music, trustworthy friends, what you're learning, and the miracle of nature. So it's really kind of absorbing the beauty of everything around you. The bottom of the deck for you, Scorpio, is Shambhala initiations, retreating to recharge, trusting the process, and Dharma. I definitely feel like trusting the process is a big thing for you. I feel like it's probably very difficult for you to kind of get out of your own head and allow yourself to trust any process that you don't know the ending of or can't control, right? I also feel like this energy of retreating to recharge. I feel like there are many of you who may pick up on the emotions of other people because you have these connections spiritually, right? You may be empathic, you may be intuitive, and you may pick up on the energy of other people. If that is resonating with you, then it's important for you to clear your energy. It's important for you to say like, hey, is this even mine? Because it may not be. You may make a run to the gas station and there's some grumpy person in the gas station and you come home feeling grumpy and don't know why. It's that grumpy person in the gas station. You picked up on their energy and absorbed what wasn't yours to begin with, right? So I do feel like there's this need to like recharge in the sense of giving yourself the ability to step back from people and give yourself the time to really process, right? And to allow things to integrate and to kind of almost like run the replay on what's took place, right? But not in a way where you get stuck in like analysis paralysis, just more in a way of like, okay, how do I feel about today? This happened, this happened. Oh, wow. Like, and you may find gratitude in that even, right? But I do feel here like this is a lot about you trusting the process and trusting, God or the divine creator to bring you everything that you need and everything you need to experience. And that includes people who do see you and find you worthy and valuable, who do believe you are enough, just as you are. Okay. You also have here the crowning, initiation, thresholds, birth, rebirth, and a seat at the table. So there's a couple of things I'm getting here. One being, I do feel like you're experiencing a rebirth process. You are, after all, represented by the death card in the tarot. And I do feel like you're going through a thing right now, right? But it's interesting to me, this energy of a seat at the table. It almost feels like you feel like you have to like do something or show up in some specific kind of way in order to be valued or appreciated, or right, like to have like earned that seat at the table. Like you feel like you have to come with something. And I want to lovingly say that there are those who you don't have to come with anything but your authenticity and your truth, because that is enough. And I feel like if you start living in that, like I feel like this really could feel like a rebirth for you or an initiation for you in the most beautiful sense, because I feel it's like um coming to your power essentially, right? Like the creation of life, right, and bringing that into the physical world is a very powerful thing to do, right? So I feel like, what you are experiencing is very powerful. And it's interesting because you also have here the 10, the wheel. I mean, the 10, yes, but like the 10 in the sense of it's the end of a cycle, it's completion, it's renewal. So rebirth, right? It can also be this energy of like moving forward, completing cycles, things coming full circle. The wheel is an energy, right, of fate and karma and destiny and fortune, also cycles that we experience, right? But it is in the upright. And I feel like this is one of those things where it feels to me like you are going through the things that you need to experience. I feel like you're going through the things that you need to experience so that you can step more into this dharma or life purpose, right? Like I feel like there are things that you have to experience and come to understand before that life purpose gets even clearer. If it's not starting to get clear, or if you have no idea what it is, right? I feel like it's like you have to go through the things, right? Like the wheel has to turn, like you have to go through the things in order to get to a point where you can receive abundance, right? Energy is a fickle thing. I don't know, fickle, maybe fickle's not the right word, but it's like it's a weird thing. Like if you are trying to manifest abundance, but you are sitting in negative energy, you're not in alignment with that vibrational frequency, and the abundance can't show up for you. Which is why there's all of this talk of like things happen the way that they do for a reason, right? There is such a thing as divine timing, because, for example, if you won the lottery or could win the lottery at like 16, you'd probably blow like $10 million on nonsense and just be broke again. Right? So God's like, okay, we can't do that at 16. We need to wait until this point in time, until this person is ready. Similarly, another example of this is you cannot manifest $1 million with a $10,000 mindset. They're not a vibrational match. They're not on the same vibrational frequency. So it feels to me like these things that are happening, you need to experience in order to get you to the point where you can welcome abundance, right? Where you can welcome all the things. Sit down at a seat at the table, right? It's like, I feel like if somebody pulled a chair out for you right now and was like, here, you have a seat at the table. You're going to be crowned. We have a seat at the table for you. I feel like you'd be like, I can't sit there. I don't belong there. I'm not royalty. I'm not whatever. I feel like you're like, I can't sit at the table. I can't. I can't do it. Right? That's what it feels like to me. You also have here, oh, look at this. Clear your vibes Archangel Metatron, thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field. So yeah, you know, I feel like you take on energies that aren't yours. If you find yourself like feeling, maybe you wake up in the morning and you're like calm and you're cool, collected, you feel great, and then you have some interaction with some people and you're like, your whole day goes to crap after that, right? You all of a sudden start feeling depressed and like lackluster and like the things. It's like you picked up energy that was not yours, but you took it on as your own, right? You absorbed it and now you've bought it as your own, and now you have to deal with it. I mean, you can just deal with it by sending it back or clearing your energy, calling up on Archangel Metatron to help, right? But I do feel like you pick up on things that aren't yours, and I do feel like you may not even know that. And I feel like it's important for you to continue to clear your energy out so that you're how do I word this? Um, it's almost like wearing a mask, like wearing somebody else's mask or putting on their problems, but like not even knowing that that's what you're doing. So it's important for you to clear your energy and make sure that you're taking that all of those masks off so that you know what your truth is. Right? Is your truth that you actually don't want to be around people, or is your truth that you actually kind of do? But you pick up on this energy of like, I don't want to be around nobody, and you've bought and sold it as your own when maybe it's not even yours. Right? So that is what I have for you for this month, Scorpio. I hope that this has been helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If it has, please do the YouTube things by liking, sharing, and or subscribing. It really does help the channel to grow, and it helps YouTube to know that there's valuable or informational, helpful content here on this channel, and I do appreciate it so very much. Again, thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you so much love, tons and tons of hugs. Remember that you've got this and God's got you. You can handle absolutely anything. You are so much stronger than you know, and you are absolutely supported. I'm holding space for you. Have an incredible, incredible month. Take care of your beautiful soul, and I hope to see you very soon.